Hi.
You are.
Am I? Thank you, because this is
Fun.
so beautiful and fun. Yes, of course, very much fun. And confirmation to this really beautiful journey I've been on in the last few years.
Huh.
Yeah, it's been really amazing. And I love everything that I've learned today. And I've been finding purpose in so much in my personal life.
May we insert a word?
Yes.
We'll be brief. Just a slight distinction that while you say I've been finding purpose, we just want to change that to I've been finding satisfaction. Because satisfaction is always defining purpose. Every time you feel just a little piece of satisfaction, no matter how unrelated it seems to the big picture that you think you're on, it is finding purpose, because your purpose is satisfaction.
Thank you for that. I have been finding so much
You know, you didn't come to
satisfaction.
fix the world because it's not broken. You do know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
All right.
Within myself, focusing on myself for probably the first time in my early 30s. The things that I were finding satisfaction kept coming, and in the vehicle sense that you speak of.
Yeah.
And I guess my question is, when I have moments, because my human nature had been filled with, honestly, a lot of pain, when I got in satisfaction mode, I'm effortless things that I want to manifest, they come.
Yeah.
The dynamic with my personal relationships, they flow.
Perfectly stated. You said in even better words what we've been saying all day.
And there is this beautiful aspect of my family that I find impactful with this journey, and it's kind of flowing to them. However, when I tend to find myself slipping into a path of resistance, or my human self.
Is it all right with you if we interact?
Yeah, of course.
You mean when you do some step one?
Yeah.
So step one is ask. Contrast helps you do that. Step two is source answers. Blah, blah, blah. You know this stuff. Step three is you get into the receiving mode. You're really good at that. Step four is you hold yourself there consistently. You're also really good at that. Step five is you're back in step one and you like it.
Right. And I have been
All
liking
right.
it.
All right.
Which is why I think I might be here.
We're just wanting to head a little thing off that we felt you about to say. So
Thank
as long
you.
as you like step five, because it's being back in step one, that's a good thing. All right. So now what?
I have these moments where, I do go back to step one.
Would you call them clarifying moments?
They are.
Would you call them punishing moments?
Sometimes
Would you
they
call
feel that way.
them source hates me moments?
No,
They're clarifying moments. Therefore, would you call them helpful moments?
they are.
They don't feel that helpful in the moment, but they are. So if you could come to just expect them to be helpful, it'll take the sting out of them.
Okay. And I was presented an opportunity recently to help women the way that I feel like I needed to be helped. And healing keeps coming from this. And my first workshop that I'm nervous.
We want to interject something here. You're nervous because your inner being left the building right now in this conversation. So it's not that extreme, but we're just wanting to keep guiding it on track. So here's the thing. You know how we were explaining earlier that your inner being doesn't look at the past? And your inner being even regards the present manifestation as the past, because all the active energy is in the vortex and what's moving forward. And so sometimes it feels like, because you've come through something, that you want to help others come through it. You just want to make sure that you're having a step 5 moment while you're helping them come through it, and that you don't step back into step 1 moments. That's the distinction that you want to hear. We're not saying don't help them, but we really would like you to be so selfish that you trust that they will find those closer to where they are who will do a better job of helping them than you will as the one who's moved so far beyond it, because you're having to constantly adjust your vibration into something that doesn't feel good in order to connect with them. Doesn't say don't do the work. We're just saying approach it in a different way. Don't sacrifice your alignment so that they can relate to you.
Oh, you're so good. You really are, because I didn't even have to say it and you already knew. And I do that.
Yeah.
I do it.
Well, you do it out of a quest for service. It's all very well meaning. It just doesn't work. Often you do it to each other and you don't even mean to, but often you want people to sacrifice for you. And if they're not sacrificing, then their gift doesn't mean that much to you. If somebody gives you something and without sacrifice, you say, didn't mean it. And so we're just saying, don't sacrifice your alignment, because if you're not tuned in, tapped in, turned on, you don't have anything to give them. The universe will bring to you those who are ready to hear you where you are. Your inner being will never ask you to go back in vibrational understanding in order to meet up with somebody, because there are plenty of those who can lead them from there.
You brought me one today in the bathroom line. I turned around and there's someone I knew. I couldn't believe it. I came from so far, and it happens a lot. And outside of that, do you have any personal guidance for me to help me stay in that alignment?
There's nothing serious going on. Don't take this so seriously. Have fun with all of it. The world is not broken. You are not a savior. You don't need to save people. And the reason you feel intense about that is because you are relishing and reveling in the improvement that you feel, and you wish that for others. And we really get that. But revel in how you feel. Revel in how you feel. They'll come to you. Here's a really wonderful thing that most people in your position or any position don't know. So we're going to give you some groundbreaking news here. You're going to like this. So you heard everything that we just said, and you all, this is a room full of teachers, so they related to what they heard here between us. So imagine that you are tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and that there is someone who really wants to know what you know, but they can't find you. But they can find a vehicle who will lead to a vehicle who will lead to a vehicle who can find you. So maybe the timing isn't quite right for this one and you, even though your heart is breaking for them when you focus upon them, because it's taking you back to something that you remember. But rather than trying to do the impossible, which is going back, just stay where you are, trusting that things are always working out for them. And as you hold them as your object of attention, you shine a light in a way that helps that evolution of their understanding along. We said to Esther, we're saying this to all of you, room full of teachers, healers, uplifters, if you don't care who gets the credit, you can do a lot of good in this world. Yeah. Enough?
Yeah.
Really good.
Thank you.
We're in a really good place, aren't we? We have enjoyed this interaction more than any that has come before. The vibrational motion forward is significant. What that means to you is that you're in a different vibrational place than you were when you walked in, and everything that happens to you from this moment forward is therefore improved. You'll notice it. And it's helpful when you do notice it, because noticing the improvement, as you make the association, as you make the correlation between the upliftment that you felt and the fun that we had as we moved through this day, and the seeming coincidences that are leaning in your favor, then you just feed that momentum more and more and more and more and more. When you walked in the door, nothing needed to be fixed, but you came for clarity, and we know you found it. And while you can find some helpfulness from analogies that we offer and stories that we tell about Jerry and Esther and others, and examples that you experience the demonstration of as people are sitting here in the hot seat, Your true understanding comes from you identifying and then isolating, which just means practicing a frequency that has more fun in it or more relief in it than you're accustomed to, and then noticing the difference that that shifting in vibration makes. That's what deliberate creation is. It's pre-manifestational creation. We're going to say something for the first time ever. Pre-manifestational creation is what we mean by getting out ahead of it, because it is the manifestation. Did you follow that? And post-manifestational awareness is reaction. Reacting to what's happened. And when you react to what happens, can you feel how it gets muddied up with what happened? But when you get out ahead of it, can you feel how much clearer it is? So if we were standing in your physical shoes, this is what we would do. We would meditate every morning for 15 or 20 minutes, which just means find something to focus on that isn't interesting, like the hum in the air conditioner or a flicker of a flame or something. Count your breathing, it doesn't matter. Just something that isn't meaty and isn't interesting. Meaty meaning interesting, isn't interesting, but gives you a reason to focus until you get to the place today or tomorrow or the next day or 2 weeks from now where during meditation you feel a detachment from this physical experience, where you have no awareness of the seat beneath you, or you can't really tell your nose from your toe. In other words, you're sort of detached from it. That's a really good indicator that you have disassociated with the vibrational frequencies of resistance. And then don't try to make anything happen. Even noticing that that has happened may distract you from that. But then just let that be what you mean to do every day at the beginning of the day for 15 or 20 minutes. Because what that does, that gets you out ahead of it. That puts you in a place where it's more likely for you to receive the thoughts that your inner being is thinking about what you're about than you reacting. Now, that doesn't mean that you won't still react. It just keeps the odds up for you. It just puts you in a better position of receiving from your inner being. The next thing that we would do on a really regular basis is we would make lists of positive aspects about this and that and this and that and this and that and that person and that person. We would identify a vibrational frequency in ourselves about those other people that feels good to us when we identify it. And we would practice it until our opinion of them is separate from their behavior. Hardly anybody ever does that. And that's why people keep acting the way you expect them to act. And this isn't about you changing their behavior. This is about you not reacting to them to your detriment. Did you hear that? We're not encouraging you to do this for the purpose of changing them so that then they'll behave better so that you can react to their behavior and feel better. That's not what we're talking about at all. We're talking about you practicing a vibration that is helpful to you and to them too, but helpful to you. It'll be helpful to them too, but helpful to you. It will be to them too, but helpful to you. So meditate and make lists of positive aspects. And then there's one other thing that we know for sure will help you enormously well. Get a piece of paper, draw a line across the top of it and a line down the middle of it. And on the left side of the page, write things I'm going to do today and mean it. I'm going to pay this bill. I'm going to get my nails done. I'm going to go to work, whatever. I'm going to feed the children. That's always good if you've got kids. And on the other side, as a header, put things for the universe to do for me today. This is the universe side of the placemat. And then put everything that you can think of right now, and it's usually a much shorter list than you think, of things that you really want that you don't think you're ready to act on. Whatever it is.